Only this week, only this week, my gorgeous Capricornius, and I'm talking about the week in between the 18th and the 24th of October. The advice that you had from somebody not that long ago that absolutely did not make sense whatsoever. Only this week, this advice is going to be on your mind. It's going to be persistently on your mind, completely, suddenly, out of the blue. This advice that you had like not that long ago that absolutely did not make sense to you whatsoever, and now it's going to make sense to you like there is no tomorrow. So from the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Capricornius, you can actually expect to have this on your mind from the moment you wake up. I've said this on several occasions, and I know that you probably are aware of this, my gorgeous Capricornius, because you're extremely intuitive. But when we sleep, when we dream, we have astral projections every single night. We dream every single night, but we don't remember both astral projections. We travel through spaces, we travel through time, we travel through different dimensions, through different energies, through different vibration every single night, and we dream every single night, but we don't necessarily remember. But what we do remember, what we do know, what we are aware of those specific little moments we have when we feel such a strong connection within, but we can't explain where is it coming from. So this is gonna come to you from the first time you wake up, when you open your gorgeous little eyes, my gorgeous Capricornius. And the reason why is because we're still kind of finding this vibration, really kind of, we are super intuitive. We are benefiting from that vibration, and we are still remembering things, but not as such consciously what we were doing like the night before, for example. But it all boils down towards you realizing something really specific from the moment you wake up. This is going to be on your mind the whole day, and you will see it's like almost like it's like to do with some kind of realization, some kind of idea, something that was on your mind for a while that now suddenly you're gonna feel so adamant to do, so adamant to go for it. But the elements of you just remembering at the same time some kind of wise advice, like a mind-blowing wise advice that you had like a while back, at some point, a while back, and I say extremely wise and mind-blowing advice, but you couldn't understand it at the time. You didn't get it whatsoever. Only now, my gorgeous Capricornius, that wise advice is actually going to make sense. And looky here. Okay, so look at this. I just wanted to take this, like, look, when it comes to this wise advice, some very interesting noise on the outside, like some kind of a bells or something. I have no idea what it is. Okay, so this just flicked out. One card just fell on the floor with his babies. So when it comes to, it is wise advice. This is what just fell on the floor. What is it? Can you tell me what is it? This is what it fell on the floor. Ignite your passion for life, baby. You're gonna feel a very strong vibration and very strong energy like never ever before. You're gonna feel extremely courageous and extremely confident as well. And I'm repeating this and I'm saying this because almost as if there was a certain confidence that was lacking purely when it comes to you, purely because subconsciously you were taking lots of consideration about things that were happening on the outside. Maybe you took certain things too seriously. I know there were serious things happening and things like that, but you must not allow this vibration to take over your life. You must not allow to take for this vibration to kind of like really messes up with your own vibration, because it's nothing to do with you as such. such, but the certain feelings and emotions and negativities that we are going through when we are listening to specific things can affect our lives in an absolutely giant and enormous way. My gorgeous Capricornians, what you need to understand that this wise advice that you're gonna kind of remember at the same time. This is indeed going to ignite your passion for life. I like this so much because at the same time, this stage and this period is going to make you aware of a very important aspect of your life, which is going to help you to fall in love with life again. I know this sounds like absolutely crazy, fall in love with life again, but you will see, because the things that were like really affecting you and worrying you, they will just kind of drift into the background in this moment in time. And when it also comes to that wise advice that you had, look at this. What is it? Clear and activate. Create a sacred space. Now, this is also an important time for you to understand that after this moment in time, you need to take yourself as a project. You are like a becoming project to yourself. Please don't get me wrong. This is like you needing to understand that after this moment, you have to work on yourself. You have to work on your life. I think that I said this many times, that you're such a beautiful people, and very often you give so much of your precious energy to other people, and you have been doing this for so long because there were specific people in your life that were going through difficult things. And I'm talking about people that, I know I said this before, but I'm talking about the people that were going through something so difficult and they're very sensitive in your life. One person or couple of people, maybe these are like your younger siblings, or maybe these are your like kind of children, younger children, but it is to do with like a very kind of younger and unexperienced souls, unexperienced spirits in this world, indeed. So you have been doing this like quite a lot. You've been helping to somebody, who was going through something very difficult, a younger spirit, somebody in your life, and that took so much energy from you at the time when you should have been focusing on yourself. Bless your heart. This is what I love you. This is at that time you were just giving so much of your precious energy away, and that was like happening quite a lot within the last 2 or 3 years. In particular, within the last 3 years, that you were going through a really huge change, through a really huge test, to a very powerful spiritual challenge. And I know it sounds like, oh my God, crazy, like paranoia, someone is watching. Yes, my gorgeous Capricornian, someone is always watching, especially when it comes to your karma, especially when it comes to your spirit, because you have slowed your life down, you have slowed yourself down in order to help to somebody else. I really hope you understand this. You should understand this. Maybe you know who am I talking about. You know what am I talking about, because you were trying to protect somebody who's so close to you, and they got themselves in a little mess, but they learned out of that little mess. They've learned some very special and important lesson in their life, but you were left with no choice but to just help them as much as you possibly could. And at that time you were going through such a spiritual challenge, because so many things were like kind of waiting for you without you realizing. Some of the things you realized, some of the things you didn't, and there was so much of things that you've decided to put on hold that were important to you, but you decided to put this person as number one. I'm really sorry. I know that I'm on about that person, but this is an important stage, because this is why this is happening. You've been going through some kind of like a spiritual. You're going to have a spiritual reward here. It's to do with your karma. That's why I said someone is always watching. When it comes to spirituality and when it comes to karma, this is exactly what am I talking about. You've done something incredible. You've done something amazing, and you were completely unselfish. Like when it comes to this, you give so much love and attention and energy to somebody who is so important to you in your life. But that's absolutely fine. But also what is even kind of more kind of significant and powerful here, that you have slowed yourself down in order to help somebody else. So this is why this stage is karmically it's absolutely mind-blowing. This is to do with your karma coming back, and now it's time for you to continue with your life. And you need to understand that after this moment in time, you need to protect yourself. You need to take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, do you know what I mean? Nobody else will. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not that it's nobody's going to kind of help you or anything like that. Please don't get me wrong. But with specific things in your life, they only need to come from you, you know. So this is the time for you to understand that this is the part of an important spiritual reward, and you know, create sacred space. You see, this came out again. And when it comes to creating a sacred space, this is all about you kind of like really, you are from the beginning of the week, you are going to have you're going to be returning to yourself. You're going to be returning home. You're going to be returning to your own spirituality. So spirituality is extremely, extremely, extremely important. No matter what they want to make you believe, no matter what they want to make you think, your spirituality is extremely important. And you are going to feel like you want to explore so much. You're going to feel like you want to explore further. So don't be surprised that, you know, from the beginning of this week, if you want to kind of try this, you want to try that, you want to kind of reconnect with these people who think spiritually like you, or you want to try this, or you suddenly going to feel like you want to do so many things, like maybe smudge the home or something that you didn't do in a while. You know, these are all very healthy signs of your own spiritual awakening, but also very healthy signs of you of you healing and ascending on the next level of your life, which is also going to really naturally make you aware that now it's time to get to work, but because an excellent opportunity is also about to present itself. You know, you are going to hear really happy news about your career and things like that, but it's all more kind of pointing over things that you're working on. If you're retired, you know, it's things that you're working on. Very good news, you're going to hear about that, but it's all going to boil down towards a very, very interesting, rather delicious new area of study, which is going to also help you to kind of realize how much you've actually changed and how much you've actually grew, my gorgeous Capricornians, as well. So going back to the wise advice that you're going to have, this is going to give you so much clarity that you're going to become aware of, you know. That wise advice that you're going to be reminded of, that somebody gave you a while back, which is going to be absolutely obvious. This is going to give you a strong mind. Now suddenly you're going to feel very strong. You're going to understand exactly what that person meant. Exactly. You will be able to understand what that person meant. But then it would be like, no baby, no. But now you will understand, because you're coming out of it. You're coming on the other side. You're coming out on the other end. The spiritual bridge you've already crossed. So now you're going to find yourself on the other side. So naturally, you're going to be thinking in a different way. So this is going to give you such a clarity. You will understand what that advice meant, but at the same time, you know, that is going to make you think in a really smart way. I'm not saying that you're not thinking in a smart way, but it's going to make you think in a smart way, because you will know that it's time to really kind of now it's time to accept some kind of like you're going to need to accept that you're going to have to be kind of as direct as possible, you know, when it comes to facing a certain person, because that in itself is going to require from you to have a conversation with someone and sort something out. There is something that is still kind of going to be sticking out, like some kind of unfinished business with some kind of person, something that you wanted to say to someone, but it's really important, but you just didn't know how to say this, how to go about it. So be very gentle and come out with this, because it's also, this is all part of the process. You need to have a conversation with someone, and this person that you need to have a conversation with, it's nobody who's like extremely close to you, but it's kind of around you. You need to kind of put your point across. You need to put your point across with this particular person, but you need to understand this is part of the progress. You need to accept this, because if you don't do this, you didn't respond. If you don't do this, then you're not going to respond in the way that you need to respond at that moment in time. I know it's a lot to do with the challenges that we are facing, but this is the part of the progress, because it's to do with a certain person that you're going to need to discuss something with. Not the first person that I spoke, that I said, like, you know, someone very younger, and sensitive, needed your help. No, baby, no. This is someone completely different. This is someone who was kind of left an unresolved problem with, and you know this, but you need to put your foot down, but somehow you were really worried, but somehow this is the part of the progress, and you're going to be surprised. It's about you needing to have an important conversation, and you need to accept this. This is your acceptance. But what you're going to be surprised, it's like, oh my God, it's not going to be bad. It's not going to be horrible. It's actually, you're actually going to feel really good. You're actually going to feel really pleasant when you talk to that person. You're actually going to feel really excited, and there is something that you're going to find quite attractive about that person, and that attractiveness, it's also going to kind of make you realize, like, kind of, why was I worried about this? Why was this making me so intimidating? You will realize that you changed, something changed within, but you're also going to get some kind of a very interesting idea through that person as well. That person is actually going to give you a very, very interesting idea, and that idea in itself, it's really kind of going to give you a sign and make you aware. What they're going to tell you, that person is going to give you an idea. Sorry, that person is going to give you an idea. I'm like, that person is going to give, my plans get me. That person is going to give you, Cressida, she's down there. That person is going to give you an idea, but that person is also going, hi Cressida. That person is also going to tell you something. They're going to tell you something that you're going to become aware of. Through that person, you're going to become aware of some kind of negative situation coming up, some kind of negative aspect it's going to happen. That person is going to let you know something that you couldn't see coming, you wouldn't know coming. You wouldn't kind of like really, you didn't see this coming whatsoever. So through that person, you are going to be prepared for some kind of negative and unexpected situation that at this moment in time in your life, my lordy lord, you're going to be able to prepare yourself for some kind of a nasty tower situation here. So you see what I mean, how interesting things are going to work out. Not only that person that you found so intimidating and horrible and really weird and bizarre and strange and negative energy and all that, not only that person is going to inspire you, not only you're going to have an important idea through that person, but you're also going to gain some kind of knowledge, of some kind of negativity. It's about to happen, not only to you, but quite a few other people as well. So it is also going to give you food for thoughts, but it's also most importantly going to give you like an opportunity to prepare yourself as well. This is going to help you. This information that you're going to have, you need to let know the people who are so important to you as well, the people who are so close to you. You're going to feel like instantly you want to tell them this. So I'm just going to let Cressida out, sorry. Ciao Bella, look at her. Hey. Say hi to Capricornius. Dun, 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 dun. Capricornius. Dun, 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 dun. My little baby. There you go. There you go. She's so cute though. So intelligent. She's so intelligent, honestly. Every animal is, I know. But yeah, this is it with animals, they're so intelligent, they're so clever. And what they've been saying to people is like, oh, only cats are clever, only dogs are clever, blah, blah, blah. No, baby, no. Every animal is smart. Every animal is intelligent. Even fishes, the fish, they used to tell us, remember I told you this, the fish. They used to tell us, oh, fish has got like a 2 seconds memory. What a stupid, ridiculous nonsense. Fish does not have 2 seconds memory. Do you know what I mean? Every animal is smart. Every animal is clever. Every animal has got such an incredible relationship with us. Energetically, we talk telepathically. Do you know how intelligent animals are? Every single animal is clever, okay? But anyway, so of the subject. So now my gorgeous Capricornius also, this is going to help that information that you're going to find out. You should say to people who are important to you so they can also like kind of prepare themselves as well. So this is something really important. And also, my gorgeous Capricornius at the beginning of this week, it's just like a basically this is all going to lead towards you feel extremely passionate, extremely determined, to start the certain project in your life. You're gonna feel like you want to start a certain project, and this project that you're gonna feel like you want to start, it's also at the same time gonna make you feel so strong. It's gonna make you feel so powerful. It's gonna give you really good, really big and strong and powerful vibes. And this is something that was already on your mind, but at the same time, you are what you're going to become aware of. It's all going to be leading towards you needing to kind of investigate further this determination that you're going to feel. And this determination that you're going to feel, look at this. Determination that you're going to feel. What is going to make you feel so determined, my gorgeous Capricornius? It's to take, clear and activate again. It's to take the part of you on the next level. This determination that you're going to have, it's to do with an important part of your life that now it's time to take it on the next level, but you are gonna also caution needed. You are also going to need to understand to not to rush with anything and to not to cut the corners. So this determination that you're going to have, it's also going to provide you with new directions. Okay, so it's to do with the part of you, something that means to you so much, something that makes you feel alive, something that is a strong, powerful part of your life, and something that it's already in your life, something that was already in your mind for quite a lot. It's to do with something that means to you so much, and something that you have been already thinking about, but only now you're going to become aware of the new directions as well. And you will know what this is, because it's going to make you feel so happy. Now suddenly it's going to come to you. Suddenly at the end of all that, it's all about this determination that you're going to have. Your passion is going to be ignited. You are going to feel really strong and positive vibes, and you will feel like you want to declare this, you want to say to him, you want to say to her, you're going to feel so excited and ecstatic about it, but purely because you are going to become aware of the new directions now at this moment in time as well. And these new directions, there are two paths ahead. You will be facing two paths ahead, my gorgeous Capricornius. The path number one, look at this, the path number one that you will be facing, it's going to be guard your energy. Okay, the path number one, it's all about protecting your energy and knowing that you are doing the right thing. So the path number one, it's all about protecting your energy, okay? And the path number two, it's like it's gonna make you aware of the part of your life that you're gonna need to seek a bit more clarification. Seek more clarification, especially when it comes to the actual, you voicing your concerns. And also, you need to, it's to do with you voicing your concern, but also you, like kind of becoming aware of the hidden realms around you, which is going to help you to create conscious awareness as well. Okay, very important indeed. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, I like this so much. It's like, oh my God. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Capricornius, what you need to remember is that you are, this is so brilliant. So first of all, you're going to have this determination, and then by the time you get to the mid part of this week, there is going to be very interesting option that you're going to be facing. And this interesting and important option that you're going to be facing, it's going to come to you. Do you know what? It's going to come to you. It's not going to come to you as an option, but it's going to come to you as a feeling. Like now suddenly you're going to like kind of like a really kind of feel like you want to like find out a bit more about something, you want to explore something, and you're going to feel so strong to explore something here, and that is going to come as a form of an option, but you're going to feel extremely happy and extremely enthusiastic, and it's going to put you in the mode of us like, oh my God, I just need to kind of find out a bit more about it. I feel so connected to this. This is such an important part, such an important discovery you're going to have here. It's not about an option, it's not about an opportunity, but it's about an important, mind-blowing, big mama, huge, massive discovery that you're going to have. So how are you going to know what discovery? This is going to be the discovery of your life. What was missing in your life, it's about to jump in. What was missing in your life, it's about to come forward. What was missing in your life, it's about to come through. And how are you going to know what that is? Because suddenly at around the midweek, you are going to feel, you're going to look at something, you're going to watch something, and that is going to inspire you. And then you're going to become aware of this opportunity that is going to make you feel extremely enthusiastic and extremely happy. And you're going to be left with no option but to kind of find out a little bit more. It's all about you going forward, but it's all about you understanding that you need to explore and investigate. And this is how you will know what this is. This is going to make you feel extremely optimistic, extremely open-minded, but you're not going to be able to understand where this is actually going to take you. This is going to be mind-blowing. As soon as you find out what you need to kind of investigate and find out a little bit more, this is more about you understanding that, you know, this is going to bring you so much hope into your life where there was no hope whatsoever. But at the same time, as soon as you start investigating, you will see a few days later there are going to be so many bright prospects that are actually going to come into your life as well. And this is important because there is also going to be very interesting and unusual sign that you are going to have at the same time. And that sign is going to make you aware of, like, you will know that this is something to do, and the sign is going to come to you at around the time you see the numbers 222, 224 and 333. And this is the combination of the numbers that you're going to see at around the time when you're going to have such a sign. This is going to be your sign. If you see these numbers, absolutely brilliant, this is your sign. If you don't see these numbers, it doesn't matter. This is all going to be leading towards you understanding that you have to be patient. You have to be patient. Please don't let that put you off, because when you become aware of, like, investigating and exploring, something is going to kind of put you off. It's too long, it's too long, it's too long. No, baby, no, it's not. It's just another challenge. It's just another challenge. Within the next few days, something magical, like literally magical, is going to happen. But by the time you get to January 2023, your life is going to be completely different. There is so much more that you're going to have around you by January. In January 2023, January 2023 is going to be probably one of the best months of your life. Okay, and there is so much that is going to be happening there then that it's not happening now, in terms of your life being so much more colorful, and you living your life the way you want to live your life. You're expressing yourself. You're doing things the way you want to do them, you know. You will see exactly what I mean. And also, you know, you are going to need to kind of understand when it comes to that when it comes to this part of your life that you want to explore, you want to find out more about, it's going to be impossible for you not to notice this part of your life. So you will know what am I talking about. But this is going to need, like, a careful planning. You know, this is what you need to understand. This is a lot to do with you thinking how you're going to do this, and it's to do with the careful planning, but the understanding that you need to be patient, but things are going to unfold much quicker and much sooner than you can possibly imagine. By the time you get to the last part of this week, you know, you are, this is very carefully, you're gonna get like a different perspective on, let me show you. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Capricornians, you are going to get a different picture here, different perspective, especially when it comes to, oh my God, you see this? Of course, you're going to get a different picture and different perspective when it comes to those things in your life that you were completely powerless about. Powerless. Those things in your life that you just didn't know what to do. Those things in your life that were, like, affecting you over the last 9 and 10 months at least. They were preventing you to be yourself because you weren't able to express yourself. This is exactly what am I talking about. And you were, like, kind of felt too restricted. When we are too restricted, we become unhappy. Too restricted to be for a while, it's okay. It depends what we are trying to achieve. But when we are too restricted for far too long, no, baby, no. It's time to think about the quality of life. It's time to think about how you can make your life more happier. And it's time to also, like, kind of like understand that you need to start taking care of yourself. So it's something that you were so powerless about, you see, some problem that you were so powerless about, you're actually going to gain a clarity, and this in itself is going to give you so much hope and inspiration. Indeed, this is an important stage. So you are going to get a different perspective on an ongoing long problem, and this different perspective is going to make you aware of the, like, voluntary sacrifice that you again are going to need to make. So you need to understand that something will need to go, okay? very important. So it's again like a little sacrifice, but when it comes to you getting a different perspective, you know, that in itself, it's really kind of, I have to understand, I have to make you aware of this, because you are going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe that I've got a different perspective on this. Like, you know, suddenly, this is just going to come to you, you know, suddenly. And it's happening when it's meant to happen. But when you get a different perspective, it's important to remember to actually, to not to overanalyze it. Overanalyzation, it's like our enemy. Do you know what I mean? Do not overanalyze. No, baby, no, because you just lose yourself. And in this overanalyzation, and the energy becomes weird, the vibration becomes weird, and then it's very difficult for us to actually find our way out, because it becomes way too murky around us, and then we just lose the point of all this, because we are overanalyzing, and then the vibration becomes so you know, weird, and then it's very difficult to kind of understand, you know, very difficult to kind of see this, you know, like optimism about that aspect of your life, for example. So do not overanalyze when you get a different perspective. Just go with it, go for it, and at the same time, that is really going to make you aware of like an important choice that you are going to need to make, you know. And an important choice that you're going to need to make, of course, it's to do with you realizing that something will have to go. You're going to need to sacrifice something, but you're going to need to be really strong, and you're going to need to be really responsible, and at the same time you are going to need to take a leadership role. You know, you're going to need to put your foot down, because what you're doing right now, you are on one hand laying a really solid foundation when it comes to your life, but then on another hand you're really kind of like removing yourself from a rather unhealthy attachment in your life, because karmically this came to an end, and you're also removing yourself from temptation. You're removing yourself from something immoral and unethical as well. This is all going to lead towards you making an absolutely giant step towards your dream. I'm telling you, this is all going to make you aware that you are, my gorgeous Capricornius, making a giant step towards your own dream, and you will see exactly what I mean, because it's all about you finding yourself like a really looking at the brand new unfoldment, brand new path in your life, which is, you know, gonna need from you to be really strategic, but it's at the same time you're going to feel so optimistic about it, because it's a lot to do with your own independence, but it's a lot to do with you kind of like understanding where all this enthusiasm is coming from. It's all about following an inspiration that is going to be absolutely life-changing, but at the same time, this, my gorgeous Capricornius, it's probably one of the most important stages of your life, because by the end of this week, it's all about this new door opening. It's all about this new unfoldment in your life, and it's gonna feel different, you know, and this is what you've been waiting for a while now. Okay, my gorgeous Capricornius, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.